Welcome back to the Lacka podcast. My name's Jesse. What was that? It sounded like they got new mics. Yes, indeed, we did get new mics. We got a couple of requests from our listeners, and we decided to invest a little bit. Now, I am doing this intro in post, so that means you won't hear the difference for a couple weeks. But eventually, we will all be having great new mics for you to listen to. Hopefully, this will increase the listenability of our podcast, and that's why we're giving our first brand new mic to the DM. Hopefully, with that, you guys will be able to hear him better and therefore enjoy the story more. If you do have any other questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to share them with our Facebook or Twitter, or you can leave them in the YouTube descriptions. All that being said, we still have a story to get back to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Legends from a Cramped Apartment. We left you on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. You're welcome. In any case, poof, the boggle reappears in the center of the room with a friend. To your eyes, to your really shitty passive perception scores,
Around
9, it appears to be a very wizened old man. Dude looks older than dirt. He's wearing long robes that go all the way to the floor.
And this is a humanoid.
Roll me a perception check.
7.
Seems to be a very old man.
Also saw. Oh, it's almost a nat 20. 11.
Nat 20!
Hey.
Out of his crazy Einstein hair, you can see the very tips of horns poking out.
Is it a satyr?
It is a satyr.
Hey, look at me. Yes.
What languages does a satyr speak?
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan. Not that your character would know this,
Just, yeah.
but he greets you in common.
Oh, well look at that. Hello.
Oh my god, what does he say?
Hello?
What's his name?
Hello.
Oh, god damn it. Ladies and gentlemen sitting at home, I would just like you to know that I had 40 minutes between the time we stopped recording the last episode and the time we started recording this one. And you know what I used that for? I filled a very large mug with a lot of beer.
And you can see it on our Instagram page.
He
True,
has
you can't see it on
zero
Instagram.
regrets.
I have no regrets. Like,
Probably-
zero is not a low enough number to describe the number of regrets I have.
-1.
Probably like October 12th right now.
How's tomorrow morning gonna be?
Fantastic.
We're not sponsored by Sam Adams, but we really wish we were.
Hashtag
Anyway, his name...
Gary?
It's not Gary, no. Give me a second.
Gary!
Give me one moment and I'll provide you with a name for this man.
I mean, it could
Just
be
kill
Gandalf.
the
Satyr,
man.
rather.
It could be Gandalf the Orange.
No.
Has to be Randolph.
Wait, can I
Morgan. I like
Is
to
it
do
Mr.
Morgan.
Tumnus?
It sounds
It is not
Yes!
Mr. Tumnus, because that's still copyrighted, because C.S. Lewis's children and grandchildren are assholes. If I could have your attention, please.
Yes, sir.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Please
No,
stand
Stand up. Please stand up.
His name is Fawnholm.
Fawn? Because he's a fawn? Oh
And he's
my gosh. At home?
Fawnholm.
Does he live here?
Is that an HOLM?
Is he
Like
is he
Holmes?
amused by our jokes?
H-O-M.
Or is he
Hom.
saying-
I don't think we've said any jokes yet.
I'm saying jokes
Fawnholm?
nonstop.
Fawnholm?
Not to him, though.
Fawnholm.
I don't know.
P-H-O-N-H-O-M.
Fawnholm.
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 Oh god, why?
Fawnholm.
Oh, dear.
What do you want from me? I used your fantasy name generator.
Okay,
Take it
Fawnholm.
for one.
E.T., please stand up.
Would you prefer Sam
Oh god. I'm okay with Fawn.
or perhaps Hermachel?
I'm just gonna call him Fawn.
Hair Mitchell? I'm okay with Hair Mitchell. I'm
Oh,
going Mitchell.
maybe we can get sponsored by them.
It's more likely than
Anyway,
Sam
Fawn.
Adams. Go on.
You don't think that's really
Fawn.
crowd?
Fawnholm.
And he says, I understand that, and then his eyes fall on Sylvia in Grimham's arms, and he says, wonderful. You have questions?
Me?
What?
Well, yes. So,
He described you so.
well, hello.
Yes, hello. I'm sorry. And your name is?
Ariana.
Okay.
Where's everyone?
Pardon?
Imagine.
Grimlum tries to whisper to Ariana to
I
remind
stand
her.
up off the floor so that I've still been crisscross.
Oh, you've just been sitting down this whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
I picture him booping into like the middle of the room and then like
Bop, 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 bop to the top.
slip inside and that happened.
Imagine
My
her.
first question. I'm going to rewind a little bit.
Imagine you in light colored pants.
How long have these? Can I call them creatures? Is that going to be insulting?
You know they're fey.
I guess I just don't know how etiquette and.
Creature is pretty generic. It's not.
Okay. How long have these creatures?
Roll initiative.
What?
I said
He
roll
said
initiative.
roll initiative.
Go on.
How long have these creatures been in this town specifically?
Which creatures?
Well, our friend here and his friends outside, and you're here now, but I'm assuming you just went poof. Hello.
I think you asked rather the wrong question.
Oh, we have more.
Oh, wonderful. It is not how long we've been here. It's when we crossed over.
Oh, I've been here a long time.
Were there people in this town when you crossed over?
Well, I crossed over just now.
Okay.
So there
people
were
in this
at
town.
least 5.
This is a fair point. Were there the original occupants of this town, not us, here when
They
the rest
died
of the
millennia ago.
Right? Okay.
The original occupants.
In Sylvan, I turned to, and he can understand me.
The bottle? Yeah.
Yeah, I turned to both of you and look. You said you've been here for how long? In this town, on this plane, how long have you been here?
47 minutes.
My eyebrow raises?
Does that
We're
include the
here.
9 minutes?
Exactly as long as it's been since you did the dispel magic.
Oh, shit, that's right. How long have you been watching this town from another plane?
Watching.
Interacting?
How did you know to come here?
I'm speaking to him in Sylvan.
Oh,
Yeah, he
bottle.
He doesn't understand you.
yeah.
You're welcome to say stuff to him, but he'll just look at you like.
No, I was
And then
forgetting
he'll
that
look
there's
quizzically at
Yeah, so because
probably the satyr.
the tall dude, the satyr wasn't really helping, since he just crossed over. So I'm asking the small dude, and then I'll go back
I mean,
to common.
that question itself you might want to direct at the satyr. I thought, yeah.
I'm sorry. What was the last question you asked? I've gotten a little bit confused.
My last question was, how long on any plane have they been in this village or this town? And I directed at both of them.
The bottle just looks up at the satyr, and the satyr goes, in common, this location, the town is sort of irrelevant to us, has been a nexus of sorts for our kind, the Fae, more or less since Our Lady was set here.
Set here by whom?
I believe the name you give to him is Bumafu.
Yes!
I glare at the paladin. This is your fault. I look back.
Are you glaring at the paladin or are you glaring at Jacob?
Yes.
It almost does.
Little column A, little column B.
Glare at the paladin. This is your fault. And I turn back. So this has always been the location that you have been, since she was set here. This has always been the location.
For 6.79 millennia.
That's how long she's been here.
I'm sorry, 6.79 eons.
That's how long she's been here.
Yes.
Was the town inhabited when she was placed here?
No.
Was the location inhabited?
No.
Was there a town?
No.
Has it been inhabited since then?
He again, like, checks his memory and he says, well, I believe that you mortals settled here first, perhaps 8,000 years ago.
Because this town, according to us mortals, had mortals living in it about 3 weeks ago. And now they're not here. Would you know maybe where they went? Oh boy, that was a look of shame.
His eyes sort of fall and he says, they were disposed of in a rather unorthodox manner.
By
A rather interesting bit of magic.
From?
I believe the name that you people have given the group is the Cletheri Empire. Although it is worth noting that I don't think mortal casters could have done it alone.
I knew
how
it.
could she have been here for that long in an inhabited village without any of us hearing about it?
Steps were taken, as it were.
Yeah, she was covered by a blanket.
That was a good one.
I can feel you going, yes, please let me answer this question. Bouncing up and down.
He looks to you and says, people
Can't see me
see
now.
differently than things really are most of the time. And
I'm going like fog mist here.
Oh god.
until such time as this working came through and disposed of the people here, there was a veil of sorts over her, not in the sense of the magical beings, but in the sense of
The blanket.
yes, but the blanket of tightly woven illusion magic.
Why is it gone now then?
The intense amount of magic that
I really just like if he like just turned and looked at Ariana like.
the intense amount of magic that removed the people also disrupted the veil.
Did the Cletherian Empire seem to be searching for something, or just marching through in an effort to gain land? Gain power?
Well, they already had dominance, but and he turns to Sarah and says, "What would you call it when you offer one of your potions to someone you've not mixed before?"
A test?
Yes, I believe it was a test.
MaS test?
I don't think it was particularly large for what they were testing.
Oh shit.
And the people we returned.
Sadly, no.
Are they dead?
Stores without dead, same difference.
There's a phrase worth noting here.
Right up here.
When you, in your funeral rites, say, return to the earth, that is certainly what you're doing when you inter the body, but it also means the body will...
Decompose.
Yes. And these people have done such. There was a rather aggressive manipulation of time.
Oh.
I'm just saying. The 2 weeks thing wasn't necessarily set. Okay, I drop. I'm happy.
I mean, it was 2 weeks ago.
That
They
they all
sped up time in the town by a factor of a lot. That's why there's that massive amount of dust everywhere. That's why...
Yeah.
Here's the question.
But everything is still
Zacadius actually raising his hand.
Yes.
Okay, the Satyr will look at you quizzically.
If I personally step outside in the town hall, will I be accosted?
Red caps enjoy violence.
If I was to step out the back, will they seek me out?
They aren't particularly well endowed in the area of senses. So if there aren't any that can see you, most likely not.
Words that don't translate well.
Our small friend here seems to be able to smell our significantly more attractive friend on our half our shoulder here. Can everyone smell her?
Hey, we're all beautiful.
Well, boggles are scouts and saboteurs in times of war, at least.
times of war now?
Well,
Or
no,
that's
there's
what they're
currently
used
no
for,
war.
too.
That's, I believe he said he'd called it the Games.
Yes.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the Seven?
Quite.
We know of them.
Some more than others.
Praise the Boomerfoo.
Not one of the seven.
No, no.
I'm well aware. Praise the Boomafoo.
He had interactions with them.
Oh, I know. It should be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I know of the seven. Praise the Boomafoo.
Hail Satan!
During the last war, with the Seven, there were two true champions of the deities. Zabumafu, of course, being one, and Sylvia. It is worth noting that deities can be injured or even killed, though it is by no means easy. And Sylvia thought it best that she be hidden and protected until such time as she was needed again.
Oops.
Paladin really wanted to set her free.
Oh!
I also kind of wanted to set her free.
It is not a problem, as it were.
Did she hide herself, or did someone hide her?
Why is it not a problem?
Well, my question answered first!
Yeah, except I think I know what the answer to my question is.
I'll address the questions in the order they came.
That was completely in character.
I know.
The ritual to set a deity into stasis requires others. As for who did it, even I don't know that.
But it was willing.
Yes.
Okay.
And as to why it is not particularly troublesome that the crystal was disrupted, there will be
Need for her soon.
less time than one might like.
Soon for mortal time or soon for your time?
Yes.
Indeterminate. Somewhere between 5 and 750 years.
I was expecting somewhere between 7 or 5 and 750.
1,000.
No, like no unit of measurement. Between 5 to 750.
No, 5 and 750,000.
What?
What? Seconds? Minutes? Hours?
Years? Millennia?
Grimum steps forward. He puts his hand axe away and holds
Nervous Kitty is now
Sylvia
more
a little
nervous.
more properly. And he's still pretty far away from the satyr. He's still holding on to Sylvia tight. And he says, I know your sense of time and the acts of mortals is rather wobbly.
Wibbly.
But do you understand things that go on in the mortal world without having seen it at the time? Can you look back in time and see what's happened?
Tanky Green's here.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened to my family?
Oh.
Provided nothing is hiding it, perhaps.
Oh.
Provided that's the case, could you do that for me?
I suppose that could be arranged.
Now. Or at the end of this conversation, that's cool too.
In the middle
Perhaps
of
we
it.
should see if there are other questions relating to the matter at hand.
What should be done with the goddess?
She can be left here. She will be undisturbed, since there is nothing that can disturb her other than
The paladin.
What did I do?
Didn't you dispel the magic?
Yes.
Oh,
One me, it was the paladin.
I don't know how to spell
Yes, you
magic.
do. You're magic. Surprise! You're a bard.
Surprise, you have
That's
those
why
level
you're calling
spells.
me the paladin.
what happened if she left this town?
You wake up in the morning, you're like, I feel bardy today.
her location is
I don't think that's
hardly relevant.
the motions I'd be making.
I think it's a ukulele playing.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
He.
I'm gonna spell magic on a goddess.
Yay.
That's my plan. Wakes up in the morning, we're like, who are you? What have you done
It
with the
would
cat?
not matter
cat.
where she was when the time came for her to awaken. She is fully capable of being where she needs to be.
Is it possible for her to wake prematurely?
Well, what's the term? Meddling
Kids.
could cause such.
Good thing we
And
don't
your
know any
stupid
paladin
cat.
who's
So I'm not necessarily mean that her awakening instigates the game.
I
She
did.
just awakens when the game
I saw you cast that.
The ritual.
I feel so
Yeah, but
betrayed.
ventriloquy through Ariana. That's just wrong.
Puts the god in stasis until such time as a set condition arises.
After the test that the Empire did here, did they ever come inside the town and see what had occurred?
Scouts were sent.
Would they have any reason to send more?
He sort of gestures around the town, like,
Such as a magical outbursting of Fae.
Or, a goddess.
Right.
That's not observing the town. It's unlikely they would have reason to investigate. The Fae... You meddled with something you should not have been able to meddle with.
Paladin. Okay, it was me.
Random stares intently at Ariana's
Skeptical look.
player.
I'm sorry.
Quite simply, the magic you used to disrupt the spell was not sufficient to remove the magic that held the spell.
Okay.
Was it
So instead, the spell changed. Lightning strikes in a storm.
Mm-hmm.
When the cloud can no longer hold the energy.
Mm-hmm.
You put more energy into the cloud and it discharged everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It pulled Faye through. It may have
Oh
done other
shoot,
things.
I pulled them through. They didn't just hop over by themselves.
Yes.
They didn't go, hey look, a goddess, and then came running.
No, they just
Oh,
got
shit.
yoinked in.
Well,
Wait, I'm sorry, they got what?
Yoinked in.
Oh, I heard joink.
joint.
Jinkies.
Grimum holds Sylvia a little further away from its body.
So, I just want you to know, protecting my own self and secondly the rest of the party. Did you know she was a goddess before?
Yes.
Yes, because I knew the statue.
We
And I recognized her.
didn't know the surroundings. We thought she was in trouble. So we were on your side. We were trying to save her. This was not supposed to be a...
I think he knows that, that's why we're still alive.
This is why I'm stammering. So I'm sorry. Okay.
It's fine. Would you like to get out of this town without encountering my
Yes. I would
younger
like
friends?
Yes.
to ensure that she does not somehow fall into the hands of the Empire first, who would tend to be more meddlesome.
They might try to use her in a way that she's not meant to be used.
I cannot take her to the Feywild. She must remain on this plane.
Can we hide her again?
It would be difficult.
Did we bring her with us?
No. The bar?
Maybe.
No.
If the Empire is doing things on this scale and wiping out people on this scale, do you think they're not going to try to somehow tap into the power of Goddess and potentially trigger this whole war early?
Point of order, they don't need to.
Meddlesome evil empires are meddlesome.
They control 9 greater veils.
Highly influential empires
I don't
are highly
disagree.
influential.
That evil empire is evil and meddlesome. I walk into a town carrying a woman in my party across somebody's back, or in a wagon, or something else. We're gonna have lots of questions.
I know.
I don't necessarily think, oh, we're toting around the goddess so that you don't get their hands on it.
I
Sorry.
know. I'm trying to figure out what we should do with her.
Leave her here.
At this, I don't.
Can you ensure
If
her
stuff
protection?
goes wrong with that spell in the future, the first place they're gonna look is here.
Yes, but I'm not thinking that they're deep searching.
Not right now. If something goes wrong with their spell, they're going to deep search their test site. To see if they can figure out what was different here.
Roll me an Arcana check.
$18 plus 6. 20.
This town.
Wow, math is hard. 24.
There you go.
24. Math is hard.
Yes, 24. This town lies on a ley line that runs out of the Predator Vale.
Okay.
Your character doesn't really know if that's relevant. But, I mean, magically speaking, maybe.
There's also the possibility that this town comes and gets resettled.
We don't have to hide her here.
So where are we hiding her?
It's not our problem.
Yes, it is.
It is our problem where we hide her. If
We just
we
hand
hide
it over
her,
to this really strong person. Hello. Who walked
Who
in?
can't take her back to his plane?
That's fine. He's currently on this plane. Just hide her here.
I'm down for hiding her and hiding her well. If she gets found at that point, not our circus, not our...
If she
It's
gets,
mine.
if she
She's like,
gets,
Boba Fu put her here.
The great movie.
then wait a second.
Oh, that was good.
God damn it.
I
Not
like
our
your
circus,
idea.
one of our
Just
monkeys.
recover her with a blanket and call it good.
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna print as a Boba Fu.
Roll me a religion check.
I mean, you have a pretty good reason to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a 6. I don't have an at 20.
Also, Erwin, can I have my nat 20 chip from earlier, please? Duncan's invisible one is not working at the moment.
I'd like to imagine you begin your prayer, and then you look over, and Sariel's just like napping and snoring, and then interrupts your prayer.
Thank you.
Yeah, on that note, good night, Sariel.
Buenas noches, world. Sleep pleasantly.
Yeah, so you start praying to Zabufu, and
Gary shows up.
Gary!
Gary's like, I don't know what the fuck to do here.
it's like there's not any real like connection there. This feels like a moment of mortal choice.
Oh, of course it is.
Paladin failing at paladin things.
It's more of a cleric thing.
Pray harder!
What did you mean about her needing to be on display?
Nom 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 nom.
The gods can exist in this plane and this plane only. Unless it is a plane which they specifically have dominion over. And, well, the Feywild is where we all dwell. Sylvia is very much of this plane. It is in fact why the angels were created. So they could be the eyes, ears, and, when necessary, weapons of the gods across planes.
What do you think we should do with her?
Good question.
Fuck you guys. Stop asking me questions when I've got pizza in my mouth.
No.
Stop eating at important times.
Yeah, obviously.
Stop eating once you stop a
I'm the
statement.
DM. I'll decide when it's an important time.
You finish talking, take a bite like we're not immediately going to ask another question.
The guy's got to eat his pizza sometime. Your question was, what do you think we should do with it? What does Fonham think you should do with her?
Yes.
You raise excellent points. It is perhaps not wise to leave her here. The working of hiding her it would take me months to gather the correct materials to be able to do it. And even with those materials, I might not be able to do it.
Also, I just want to explain why I laughed. I called him Gandalf earlier, and I was trying to decide, like, Gandalf the blank, what would he be? What's his discerning feature?
Goat legs?
Gandalf the horny.
Goat legs. His discerning features, goat
And
legs.
he's got horns.
You never see his legs.
Yeah, we can't see his legs, we see horns.
Only one of you actually sees horns. The rest of you just think you're talking to a dude.
Like, my train of thought didn't go dirty. It was like, what's his discerning feature? He's got horns. Gandalf, oh. So he's not going to be any help on this.
I think we should
Is
just
there a Temple of Sylvia anywhere?
You're just gonna drop a goddess off in the temple.
At her temple?
I think you just took her out of one.
Yeah.
An inhabited Temple of Sylvia.
Heck, man, just carry around like a sack of potatoes. It seems to be working great.
There might be a shrine somewhere?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God.
I mean, are we actually worried about Sylvia, the goddess, dying on our watch?
I'm not worried about her dying. I'm worried about the Empire tapping into her energy to do something shenanigan-y with it. Like get an
Agreed.
army of Fae.
Agreed. The Empire already seems to understand some sort of greater power we don't. There's no need to increase their
Like,
capacity.
Can you honestly say that if the Empire had her, they wouldn't try to tap into her somehow?
No. But
I did
there,
this
there would be...
determine what's up with those two veils. We had a greater and a lesser, like the protector and the
Predator and Stalker.
Predator and stalker. Did we figure out what's up with them?
No.
No, we haven't seen him.
We
I
haven't met
saw
him yet.
one of them. Well, I passed over the creek.
Oh, that
of
was...
the town.
No,
No.
that was not one of those.
Got you.
veils.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's in a different
That
area.
was a lesser veil. That
in my
was...
personal opinion, I think the best place to take a super powerful deity figure is to a slightly lesser, but far more powerful than me deity figure, aka a greater veil.
It's worth a shot.
I mean, he's gonna know better what to do with her than I would.
Although,
She,
I don't know, the name the Predator Veil is kind of like...
Yeah, it gives off a weird vibe.
It's also like the Cletheri Emperor is also the champion of the Predator Veil.
okay, so we do know a little bit what's up with the Predator Veil, and that it's related to the Empire, which we don't want to get the gods to. So yeah, that was kind of what I was asking for. So take her to a non-Empire affiliated veil.
Except
Like
for the
maybe the
Empire
water veil
still.
or the sun veil.
We're gonna need to find a different continent.
Yeah, Cletheros is...
And the issue is the Empire, if the Empire's trying to
problem.
expand, is gonna go to veils.
Is the sun veil affiliated?
just about 3 weeks
With the
away,
Empire or
but not affiliated.
Oh.
Is the
you have
water
to-
veil affiliated?
You'll have to carry her back up to a different continent.
Just asking questions. Is the water veil affiliated with the Empire?
Whatever country is over there, yes.
Not
No.
Cletheri.
The veils on your continent all are controlled, like they're on city states. for all
Okay.
intents and purposes.
Just, are we in the Persian Empire and we're the Greeks?
You're not wrong per se.
Where's Alexander when you need him?
I'm telling you, we need a portable hole. Stuff her in a portable hole.
Feed her oxygen every 10 minutes.
carry her short or something. I mean,
She doesn't need to
spend a couple weeks, seal back, dump her on the sunbills. George Step be like, we don't know what to do with this. Have a nice day. Go back to finding.
We're a little above our pay grade.
This is a bit above our pay grade. Enjoy. We're gonna go find Captain Theorist.
Actually, a Temple of Zabumafu might not be bad.
It wouldn't be the worst option.
Depends on how much history the
Well, Zabumafu's the one who put her here.
Yeah, that was 70,000 years
It depends
ago.
how much the followers.
Maybe we could find something.
Like, that's not anything in our history that we know.
We have a request for dragons!
Wow, I could never imagine that coming from Duncan.
Oh no, I mean, who would ever think?
I still kind of wanted to do that fidget spinner, Beyblade,
I would not be opposed to that.
Okay, let's make this simple via logical steps. Who thinks it's safe to leave her here?
I just don't want to bring her with us.
Nobody raises their hand for the viewers.
Kayla does not want to bring her with us. What is your concern about bringing her with us?
We're going to attract things above our pay grade.
What do you think we should do with her?
Hide her, leave her, run away very quickly, and go sorry!
Are you an adventurer or are you a mouse?
How are we going to hide her?
Grimum turns to the satyr.
You could wake her up.
Let's do that.
That's meddling, I thought you said.
Let's do it. I'm a meddler.
You've already meddled some.
You already opened the door.
Yes.
More meddling!
Meddle all the things.
Ariana raises her hand. No, you can speak, sir. How... We've tried to wake her. Because, we thought she was dead. How would you go about raising a goddess from eternal sleep?
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake,
Well,
shake. Shake that goddess.
I got this.
the ritual is rather advanced magic.
We got
Not
any
it.
spellcasters here? I'm down. Let's do it.
Sure.
We have 4 spellcasters.
Sufficient disruption might wake her.
Do you know any way we can combine some of the spell magic abilities?
Would it accelerate the timetable?
What if we slowed the timetable?
The timetable is so...
Variable?
Yes.
Would this variable be a positive or a negative on the...
Variable scale.
This variable rests in a different equation.
Oh god.
Has he referred to them as the 7?
Yes.
Would waking her alert the 7 to her locale?
Yeah. I mean, didn't you already say he doesn't know? Because he has no idea who put her on here. Could have been 7. Could have been not the 7.
No, we know it wasn't the 7 because it was all
Could have
in
been John.
Yes, John!
Gary!
Bring aside, John and Hephaestus.
We don't know that though.
Well, they all failed every rule.
It's a different campaign, and they rolled 16 different knowledge checks, and none of them was above a 9. So John is John. John is actually Hephaestus, but they're pretty convinced that he's just a swell dude who's really good at making shit.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
He gave us so many chances. So many.
No, there were 5 people at the table. I let each of them roll each knowledge check. Nothing above a 9.
Told you that part is useless.
Useful part is useless.
The bard should upgrade his bardic knowledge. Anyway, so he thinks about it.
Almost sneezes.
The DM was gonna sneeze.
And then Grimum realizes he needs to make the goddess sneeze. And we'll put a feather under her nose.
Nothing happens. There is... It's old magic. Not typically used by mortals. But it is perhaps doable.
Do it.
It is by no means a guarantee of success. And he just like drops a piece of chalk out of his sleeve, and it starts like scribing things on the ground.
Is it scribing things around? Well, actually, yes. We're in the ritual circle.
Yes, it is in fact scribing out a ritual circle.
That we're inside. Oh god.
Currently, yes. I mean, you don't have to remain inside. It's not like it just started by locking you into a circle.
Pretty sure it's cocked.
Let's back up, guys. Let's not be in the giant circle of extremely powerful magical energy.
I mean,
Oh, the circle is just focus.
Okay.
When you cast a spell, you do it with the symbol of Zibumafu.
Yes.
When she casts a spell, she does it with her instrument. When he casts a spell, he uses... What's your arcane focus?
this is kind of, I don't know.
Orb? Wand? Orb?
So I'm trying to figure out what the holy symbol of Zibumafu is.
It's not important.
Banana.
It's not important.
TV antenna?
Yeah, so you can be using a ring, but if I ever throw a battle master at you, it's a really bad idea. Lose a hand.
Oh my goodness, I see that you lose your head.
No, cut the necklace off.
Yeah, no.
That's doable.
It's not.
Cutting off a finger without losing a finger?
He uses an orb. Your wizard friend uses a wand.
The PvP is nothing.
This acts
As I were.
This acts in such a way that each of you may use it, and ensures that your magics will blend.
I see.
It's not perfect, seeing as
Let
I
me do the job.
haven't had years to study each of you, but it will probably function. You may each channel power into it, and it may aid in your success.
Fires Nigel.
Yes?
Is she gonna be mad? Are we all gonna die in a fiery fury?
Doubtful.
There was no malevolence in our actions.
Yes, but I wake up from sleep to a ton of people in my bed, and I yelled at all of you.
You were
We
sick.
took her out of her bed. It should be okay.
Right, she willingly went to sleep for a long time, wakes up thinking that there might be a war.
She would want to hear what's going on.
There's a war going on.
She would ask, why did you wake me up?
I don't know, being smoked by a hot chick who's also a guy does not sound like a bad way to go.
It's accurate.
It is worth noting that your being here to make introductions is probably worth something.
Yeah.
Sage has spoken.
I like that nobody was like, "Oh shit, that's how old he is."
I had already kind of made that connection.
Yeah, no, he was around for that first go round. No. So
That first goat round.
I kind of just put him in as...
get out,
stupidly fucking old.
off the balcony,
Yes, sir.
Into the pool.
into the pool, coming through the front door.
Stuff.
Please turn on the light before you go down.
Bye, your mom.
Bye, girl, mom.
You really gonna go barefoot?
And so ended Grim Steelgrip.
I really...
He's actually. Oh my god. Damn it, Jesse. Just let me
Wait,
walk
lock
out
the
and
door.
come back in.
What?
Go lock the door.
Lock all the doors. No, that's not gonna work.
Oh.
You're right there?
It's cold out there.
What?
It's September.
Well, you know it's
In Tucson.
October. Remember, it's October.
Totally
Huh?
October.
It's already October.
It's October.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
We don't have a massive backlog of episodes.
What are you talking
What are you talking about?
We're live
Might actually be
right
Chris.
now.
It might actually be Halloween at this point. We'll find out.
Oh shit, that's Disney. Edit that out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, Disney will find you.
Yeah, like
Shit.
3 seconds of Disney reference.
Oh.
You owe us $9 trillion. We haven't even made 7 cents. $9 trillion.
You use us for profit. Yes.
This is, at this point, a non-profit. We'll find out if there is any profit in this.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. He just steps back and lets you meddle if you're meddling.
Meddling.
Alright, so what spell are each of you casting into this?
What's your question? Is chromatic orb gonna do anything? Probably not. Let's not use that one.
I mean, elemental magic, that's pretty powerful.
I don't know, counterspell seems like it would be counterproductive.
The spell just like etches away at the chalk.
I got this.
I got a haste.
Find steed.
I got a fireball. What could go wrong with that? I got very little in the way of dispellious stuff, really.
Dispellious.
Dispellious
Okay, so
magical.
somebody at least has Dispel Magic.
I mean, could I just
Definitely the paladin.
Arcana check,
I got it.
channel some...
Sorry, can I borrow you?
Sorry, I was on the telephone.
Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, I was also casting Dispel Magic.
You're still listening.
I don't believe she has
Yeah,
a
somebody
spell.
check her spell list and tell me what she's got.
She has
Lightning bolt.
lightning bolt. Yeah.
That is something Sariel would do.
Slow.
Haste and slow.
I'll haste, she will slow. Or cancel out. Be weird. 5 force damage up here.
You haste the.
You saw what happened when you're under the effects of both. It's not pretty.
It's ugly. In fact.
Ugh.
Phantasmal
Can I
force.
Arcana check just some mojo into this? Or do I have to like cast a spell?
You will want to expend a slot of some kind.
There are words on this I don't understand.
Mojo a third level spell, man.
Like the more I look at it, I'm like, I get
If
it.
you don't
But
want to
60
channel a
feet is
specific
golf.
spell, I will allow an
I
Arcana
heard
check
one
for
action
Mojo.
is laction.
If I cast counter spells, you're gonna do face.
Samuel, we love you, but your handwriting is
Slow
pretty,
as slap.
You can
pretty
get
rough.
a lower DC if you're like
That is
are
not a
like
W.
mojoing some counterspell. Since it's a
We
spell
see
you
you,
know,
bro.
you can sort of get that kind
It's
of
not an S.
vibe.
Is it higher or lower?
It is neither in G nor an S. That
It
is a
lower
Y.
DC than if you throw a fireball in there.
Okay.
Although, if you just throw a fireball in without mojoing it, it could have some interesting effects.
Okay.
Ditto haste.
Spells crown with a K.
Huh?
He's judging her spellbook.
I'm trying to decipher her handwriting.
Interesting.
This is coming from me.
Okay.
With his horrible handwriting.
Oh, I know.
Alright.
Look at this.
Six-sided
this
die.
sketch. This is my girlfriend's
Continue?
chicken sketch. Check it out.
Six-sided
I know.
die. We're spelling.
I can decipher most of that.
Sorry, you're gonna roll.
What?
Oh.
Write that number down or something. Remember that number. What is it?
It's a 6.
Plus.
No, roll a 6-sided
That's a
dice.
6-sided die to figure out which spell I'm casting.
Oh, okay.
Not
I thought you were rolling a d20 for our count check. I was like, I didn't call for that yet.
No.
We'll record it and we'll count it.
Maybe I don't want a medal.
Okay, look. It happens
Right?
to be.
He's setting up the circle for 4
Hey!
people.
Looks like I'm meddling.
I don't want to meddle too
I
late!
have a -1 to Arcana checks.
Grimum is holding Sylvia in the middle of the circle.
So you don't have to mojo. You don't have to like bend your spell to be useful. You can just cast a spell into it.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
What's
I
up?
had -1 Arcana.
Find Steve.
Okay.
Roll haste.
Haste.
Spell magic.
The spell magic. Give me your spell list.
Lightning.
It's an electric pattern.
Like, oh, got it.
Let's go!
Let me make sure I'm actually casting Find Steve. I should look at my spell list.
First, second. Lightning bolt slow. Mirror image shatter phantasmal.
Actually, no, I'm gonna do Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Space laser!
Okay, so you're doing Moonbeam. I think she is going to go with Lightning Bolt because it's a higher level spell. And she doesn't really have a lot of great options for this. So, yeah, she's gonna go with lightning bolt. We got a lightning bolt, we got a haste, we got a dispel, and we got.
Shoot, I should make sure I have spell slots for this. Hold on.
And this is where we're going to edit in her saying lightning bolt. I'll get it later.
I'm like a
Lightning bolt.
fire bolter.
Alright.
Fire bolt. I do have a spell slot for this.
So, I'm gonna need a break right here. Update! Sario will actually cast Mirror Image at 3rd level.
Alrighty.
Of course she does. That makes perfect sense.
Okay, so, ready, set, go! Nobody's attempting magical mojo-ness, they're just casting spells.
What is magical mojo?
She probably
Well,
would.
you don't need to. You're casting the correct spell.
Yay!
Because she has Arcana. She's the only one with Arcana.
On the other hand, she also really likes seeing what happens.
I'm gonna go with see what happens.
We'll go with.
Is this a one-time only deal, or is this a multiple times only deal? Is this a one-time only Sage Awesomeness Mojo?
Well,
Can we possibly, assuming we survive, try it again?
this circle will probably burn itself out because, well, it's not perfect. Certainly, a group of spellcasters who worked together for a very long time could make a circle that was perfect.
Or not that.
No.
So could we do it again in 5 minutes?
Assuming you have the juice.
Alrighty then, let's just do it. See what happens.
Alright, so the person who's casting the correct spell,
Yay!
go ahead and make me a spellcasting ability check, adding your charisma modifier, nothing else.
Nat 20 chip.
Nope.
Damn.
Alright, alright.
Not a skill check.
17.
17?
17.
Alright. Yeah, that'll do. So the you take your places in the circle. Well, Grimum sets Sylvia down in the middle of the circle, and then you take your places in the circle.
Okay.
Grimum is the cheerleader.
Add instruction from the satyr.
Yeah, if the
You
satyr
just
asked
walk
him
the
to
launcher
leave,
now.
but otherwise I would have stood there and held her.
You probably don't want to be in the middle of this.
Probably.
I mean, if you really want to, I guess you could,
I
but
mean, you might get haste. You also might get lightning bolt. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You might get.
so
Grimum can survive that.
secondary casters, please make me checks.
Secondary casters?
Yeah, people who are casting the wrong spell.
That would be me.
13?
Do I add anything to it?
Your spellcasting mod.
20? Not natural.
Okay.
No proficiency, right?
No. So 13, 20.
Oh, wait, roll for her.
I did.
Okay.
And you had a 17. This will function.
None of us
I
not
believe.
one.
I believe this will function. So, you cast. And it's not like what you're used to. I mean, obviously, you cast Moonbeam and Space Laser, and you cast Haste, and ooh, somebody's really fast. She's not here for me to tell her. Like, you're casting detect magic or dispel magic, and like when you cast and like you finish the casting, it feels like it's just jerked away from you, the magic. And then this sort of roll me Arcana checks. How's that?
In the meantime, I have a question.
Nat 20.
23.
Twin spell this haste. Have that done anything?
Not really.
That's a not strong. That's an 8.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 from me as well.
Grimum knows what's up.
Well,
I already have one.
go back then.
Well, shit. We'll sync the audio with that.
So everybody except Acadius can actually
You know what? I've had a hard day. Give me a break.
No.
like see this just this vortex of magic just materialize and channel down into her. And then there's this moment where it's like there's 20 Sylvias just like swirling around in the middle. And then they all just jerk back into the center, and she's standing up. And
that's where my mind went.
Looking out, and she sees the satyr and says, Fawnham.
What language?
Sylvan.
I know.
I mean, it's his name.
Right.
She says Fawnham. And then she says, like, very clearly a question. Why?
And me being able to understand myself, but it's just like, oops. Going in my turtle shell, going in my turtle shell.
And Fawnham responds, like, there were complications. It was nearing time this seemed a good option. So she turns and she looks at each of you, and when she looks at you, you just feel this incredible pressure. Like there's just something just intent on you, and it's so large. And not at all reserved. Like you felt a presence this large when you were with the Sunveil, or in Acadius's case, the Waterveil, but never as if all of it were just staring directly into your soul. And then she says in common, very well. I suppose there are questions?
Oh.
How may I be of assistance? Celestial.
Celestial.
She glances over at you, and there's no weight with it this time. It's just she's looking at you, and she says, I don't have need of assistance yet.
Okay.
My purpose is singular.
Very good.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So just so everyone knows, they did nose goes for that.
Yeah, no, sorry. Listeners at home, Jacob and Kayla's fingers went to their nose when she said, I assume there are questions.
Kayla's first.
Kayla did go first. It's worth noting. But now Kayla has a question. I can see it.
I'm talking to a goddess. This is not my character's forte.
I mean, talking kind of is your character's forte, actually.
But to a goddess.
But to a goddess?
It's more like
Pianissimo.
not forte.
No musical ability.
Yeah.
It works because you're a bard, but
Fair.
It
the bards
doesn't
will
work
get it.
because you are not a bard.
Let's read. Ready? Oh my gosh, Jesse, you're hilarious.
Yeah, that'll work in the edit.
Moving on.
So you ended up here. Presumably many eons ago.
Your inflection suggests questions, yet your words do not.
What when we're wise?
Stop rambling.
I'm actually trying to form a question.
Wait, what did she respond to when you said, how may I be of assistance?
I was thinking of the purpose.
She's a singular purpose. She has no use.
Yet. She said yet.
So you ended up here, in this location, many eons ago, before there was a town.
Yes.
Through what? And by whom?
My brother,
Uma?
yes,
Lovely.
brought me here after a ritual had been carried out to ensure that I would arrive to your time intact.
There has to be some reason why we were the people to waken you.
Are you suggesting fate?
No,
Suggesting accident.
more like there must be something that comes next for us.
We still have a job to do.
All continue to live until you die.
That's a relief.
So there is a mortal empire. What's the name? Cyril? Skyrim?
Skyrim. Clethari. It's the Cletharian.
I'm sorry, I get bad with names. So the Cletharian Empire has worked in our perspective, pretty powerful magic in this town and removed its inhabitants.
And she just stops and her eyes sort of half close. Go on.
I'm assuming she's
I would
went
prefer
and
to
saw
do
it
that.
happen.
Not let them do that elsewhere. Could you give me any tips on how I could perhaps remove that power from their position?
Find the caster and his notes.
Right.
Do you know
Remove them if you're able.
what could have casted something like that?
Well, any very, very skilled mortal caster with the active participation of a veil probably could have.
Hello? You can just sneak there.
Would you like some
Yeah.
pizza?
You probably just got done with your workout, huh?
How about a banana?
I'm sorry.
Love Park Day. Can't have that until Friday.
Ugh.
Sounds like a terrible way to live.
Yes.
Second question is, we were looking for a Captain Aetherius, also mortal. We don't currently know where she is. Perhaps with you.
She again half closes her eyes and she roll me perception checks.
Hey, what's up?
That's a natural 20.
I'm going to go ahead and
21.
put in my Nat 1 chip because I've had this for too long.
Here.
I probably should have done that too.
Nice ricochet there.
Thank you.
Okay, natural 20.
21.
12.
Okay. So the 21 and the natural 20, you see her flinch. And then she looks up and says, I'm afraid I can't help you.
Is one of the 7 involved somehow?
Oh, goodness. Unlikely. And then she looks over at Fonholm and says, how long? At least 5 years. No.
Something caused a reaction. You flinched.
Presumptuous.
Are you saying that out loud to a goddess?
To a goddess, oh god.
Do it.
I actively
I'm
step
playing
away.
a little bit off sibling rivalry.
You're not her sibling.
No, but I'm a servant of her sibling. Which I'm assuming she knows from her soul searching.
Yeah, no, she knows who you are. She just looks at you like, did you really just... There's at least a greater veil protecting her. Or perhaps protecting is not the right word. Guarding.
Let's see.
Her or her body?
I doubt that there would be such lengths taken to
It's the
guard a corpse.
actually, in this world, yeah, there would be. Res is a thing.
A powerful body, yeah.
But true res, if the spirit is free and willing, doesn't matter. So either her spirit's trapped or it's not, if she's dead.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason to guard corpses in this world.
Yeah.
just as much of a reason to burn it.
So Case would like to know, she, I'm sure, is aware that there's a large number of Fae outside our door. Are they going to harm me, Case, if I walk out there?
I don't see why they would. It's in their nature, I suppose. But it can be prevented.
I would personally appreciate that a great deal. Not only be aided by a goddess, but to not be beaten down once again today.
It will not be an issue.
Thank you.
Well, I would like to say that I am at your service should you ever require it.
Perhaps.
From what I've ascertained, will likely come a time where I am 5 to 750 years down the line.
Perhaps as soon as 5.
Oh, I got them.
Okay.
So about my kid.
She looks to you and says, he is in between.
Rock in a hard place.
Life and death.
Planes.
2 good meals.
You wish?
None of these are entirely inaccurate.
Oh. He is in the great in-between.
He's in the upside down.
Inside out.
Lost in time and space.
Wibbly wobbly, wibbly wobbly.
It is not within my power to retrieve him, but it is perhaps within yours, and certainly I can aid you in some ways. Not pact, but patron Elder Fae for Warlock is now available to Grimmer.
Eldest Fae.
Yeah, as it were. Archist Fae, it would be the actual.
Archiest.
Yeah. You still could have gotten that even if you guys had not succeeded in waking her up, because Fawnham qualifies. But you have a patron available if you'd like to take that multi-class which you discussed earlier. Other questions? Comments?
She has my number.
Oh god, we managed to revive a goddess. Holy crap.
Put that on my resume.
Yeah, right? Woke up Sylvia.
Asterisk. By accident.
Apocalypse unrelated.
Good luck in your quest. I will gather my children and we will wait.
Wake?
Wait.
Okay.
For the great game.
I'm a lot less uncomfortable by wait.
We will wake.
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp.
Oh god, I accidentally dispelled magic on the goddess.
And then you actually,
Twice.
on purpose, dispelled magic on a goddess.
I didn't have an option.
She gestures to Fawnham and walks towards the front door. And you hear her mutter, "We will wait."
And just like that, we've met a goddess. Well, this has been another week with the Legends from a Cramped Apartment. We hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, please share with your friends. We'll be back next week, figuring out what to do with our lives now that we've saved a goddess. How do you top that?